Hello everyone and welcome to the Moustache Cube channel. How are you guys doing today? Today I am here with How to Anakin, Battlefront 2 Complete and Updated Hero Guide. Before we move on, be sure to drop a like and to subscribe to the channel if you are new here, because it helps me a lot growing my moustache. Now let's get into the video.
Mustache.
First, let's talk about abilities and star cards. The first Anakin ability is Passionate Strike. It's a lightsaber unblockable strike that deals 180 damage against heroes and 250 damage against non-heroes. The second Anakin ability is Pull Dominance, which is a force pull to help Anakin's foes getting closer to him, and it deals 70 damage to heroes and 100 damage to non-heroes. The third Anakin ability is Heroic Might. Anakin charges the Force in order to release a 360 degrees Force push. While Anakin is charging the ability, he absorbs the damage and increases the ability damage up to a maximum of 450 damage, while also increasing the radius of the ability to a maximum of 20 meters. When Anakin is charging his ability, he takes 90% less damage from all sources. The base damage of this ability is 100 to heroes and 130 to non-heroes. Anakin, unlike any other hero, has a fourth ability. The ability is called Retribution. As himself and his allies take damage, Anakin's Retribution is charged. When the ability is charged and ready to use, he can unleash a 360 degrees Force choke, dealing damage over time. While he uses this ability, he also takes 90% damage reduction from all sources. Now let's move on to star cards. The first star card you should always have equipped at all times is Reprisal. This is Anakin's Health on Kill star card, and it grants him 20 health back when killing a trooper and 120 health back when killing a hero when maxed out. The second star card you should have equipped is Tenacious. This star card grants Anakin a bonus of 200 HP. With this star card, Anakin has 1000 HP. For the third one, the only one I don't recommend is Fierce Fighter. All the other star cards bring advantages to Anakin's abilities. It's really a question of what works better for you. You can also choose not to use Tenacious and go for 2 ability buff star cards instead. From all the other star cards, the best to take in consideration are Raw Strength, which grants Anakin's Heroic Might a bonus 50 damage. This might be a star card to consider after the latest Heroic Might nerf. The next one to consider is All of Them, which grants bonus damage to Pull Dominance if it affects 2 targets if maxed out. Then we have Control the Force, which grants a bonus to the base radius of Heroic Might. Last but not least, you have Massive Strikes, which grants 25 damage bonus per lightsaber hit to Anakin's lightsaber attack. For now, I have been using Reprisal, Tenacious and Massive Strikes. After the Heroic Might nerf, we might need to change Tenacious or Massive Strikes for the Raw Strength or the Control the Force star card. But if I do feel that we should change the star cards, I will let you know on the comment section of the video by pinning an updated star cards comment at the top. For now, I will keep using these star cards. Now let's talk about health, movement and basics. Anakin has a base 800 HP and the max he can regenerate when not taking any damage is 250 HP. And this is pretty good by itself. 800 HP is the best HP between all the lightsaber users on the light side, and 250 HP regen is pretty good as well. If you use the Tenacious star card, you can get up to 1000 HP, and especially in Galactic Assault, this is pretty useful. Anakin is a fast hero just like Luke or Rey. He is still not as fast as Darth Maul though. As every other hero, never stop moving. Always be on the move. Keep running, dodging and jumping when not blocking or attacking. When it comes to stamina, he has a pretty good stamina when attacking with his lightsaber, being able to lightsaber attack up to 8 or 9 times in a row. He also has a good stamina when blocking or reflecting blaster fire, but he lacks stamina when blocking lightsabers, so be careful. His lightsaber attack deals 140 base damage from the front and 180 base damage from behind. With this, you can 2-hit kill all infantry from the front and 1-hit kill all infantry but the heavies from the back. If you use the Tenacious Star card maxed out, you deal 165 damage per lightsaber hit from the front and 205 damage from the back. With this, you can 1-hit kill all infantry but the heavies from the front and 1-hit kill all infantry from behind. How to use Passionate Strike. Passionate Strike, as mentioned before, deals 180 damage against heroes and 250 damage to non-heroes. This ability is also unblockable, although it is avoidable by dodging or rolling. Also, anyone hit by the attack will fall to the ground and will be temporarily off guard. You can use it as an opener attack and then move in for the kill. You can use it to one-shot all infantry, including the aerials, even if they are using the health buff star card. You can and should use it to deal with heroes by using it to bypass lightsaber blocks. You can and should also use it to deal with enforcers. You can use it as a finisher.
See how they like a little blaster fire.
How to use Pull Dominance. Pull Dominance lets you pull an enemy towards you while dealing 70 damage to heroes and 100 damage to non-heroes. You can use it as an opener attack and then move in for the kill. You can use it as a finisher attack to finish off any already weakened target. You can use it as a finisher for one or several targets and as an opener for other targets at the same time. How to use Heroic Might. Heroic Might has been nerfed and I have had the chance to play after the nerf and to use it as it is. It's still pretty good, but now you need to be very careful. You should only use it to deal with enemies that are close to you, as if trying to use it to kill enemies far away will only make you lose unnecessary HP. Heroic Might deals a base 100 damage to heroes and 130 damage to non-heroes. While you charge it and enemies shoot at you, you get more damage and a bigger radius. The maximum radius is 20 meters and the maximum damage is 450 after the nerf. You get 90% damage reduction while it is active. You can use it as an opener attack and then move in for the kill, although I don't recommend this. You can and should use it defensively by using it when you have several enemies shooting at you at close range. If you activate the ability after your enemies are already shooting at you, you will be sure to get hit at least once or twice by each of the targets around you, charging enough range and damage to kill all of them, and this brings me to the next one. You can use it to one-hit kill all infantry and all reinforcements unless they are using HP buffs. You can use it as a finisher to finish off an already weakened target. Last but not least, you can use it to defend yourself from damage while grinding and building the Retribution ability. This ability, after the nerf, is better used inside rooms such as Naboo's second phase or small corridors. How to use Retribution. Retribution is without a doubt your best ability, especially now that Heroic Might was nerfed. It's a 360-degree force choke, and you can one-hit kill all infantry with this ability and deal a good amount of damage to heroes. It's not always available, but whenever it is, don't use it just for the sake of it. You should use it on appropriate moments. As you might have noticed by now, whenever the ability is ready, it shows you how many opponents the ability would hit if you pressed it that moment. In other words, it shows you how many opponents are in range of the ability. In my opinion, you should use it if you have at least 5 enemies to affect. Sometimes you can hit 8, 9 or even more than 10. It's up to you when to use it, but keep in mind that you might need it and not have it, so choose wisely. You can use it to open up a hero and then move in for the kill. You can use it to one-hit kill all infantry around you. You can use it to let your teammates around you shoot at a hero to kill him in one go. You can use it as a finisher. In my opinion, you should use it when you are in danger against powerful foes, or if you have at least 5 enemies around you. Now let's move on to the best Anakin's combos to dominate the battlefront. Pull dominance plus lightsaber attacks. You use pull dominance to pull one or more enemies towards you and use a lightsaber attack to finish them all. If they land together, one lightsaber attack will finish them all. If not, lightsaber attack one, then dodge in another one's direction only to lightsaber attack that one, and then dodge in another one's direction as well, and so on and so on. The best way to use pull dominance plus lightsaber attacks combo is to use pull dominance to pull your enemy, and while your enemy is still in the air, you jump and lightsaber attack in the air, never giving him a chance to even dodge after he lands, and he will be killed instantly in the air. This if we are talking about infantry, of course. The second combo is pull dominance plus heroic might. You pull several enemies towards you and then you use a small heroic might. Every infantry hit by both the attacks will be dead. If you have more enemies around you, you can use the pull dominance to pull more enemies in range and then charge the heroic might to kill even more and more powerful enemies than infantry. You can also use the ability in another order. You can charge heroic might and kill as many enemies as you can, and if some targets are still alive, you finish them off with a pull. Pull plus passionate strike. This combo is perfect. You use the pull dominance to pull one or more enemies towards you, and before your opponents can get up, you use passionate strike. With this, you can 2-hit kill an enforcer if they are not using HP buff. I use it to deal with enforcers a lot and with heroes as well. Heroic Might plus Retribution. This is one of the best combos of Anakin, especially to clear a room or a hallway. It doesn't matter which one you use first. Use one and kill a bunch of enemies, and the other one to kill the survivors. The best way to use it though is to use Retribution at the end, because Retribution tells you how many targets are left. If you see that you only have 1 or 2 targets around you left, you can finish them off with lightsaber attacks or with other abilities, other than using your best one that should be kept for the most problematic moments. How to 1v1 any hero. Like any other hero, if you are out of abilities, you should avoid confrontation with other heroes. Even with abilities, you should never forget to alternate blocks and attacks with abilities, dodging and jumping, so that you never run out of stamina and never get hit too many times to preserve your HP. When it comes to Anakin versus other villains, you have 2 possible rotations. Both of these rotations can and should be adapted, alternating the order or the abilities or even changing them. You should adapt at all times. Rotation 1. Open up with a pull dominance to pull your enemy towards you. Before your enemy gets up, use a passionate strike. Before your enemy gets up again, lightsaber attack once or twice. Now keep alternating blocks and dodges with lightsaber attacks until you finish him off, or use a Retribution as a finisher. The other rotation is a little different, but not too much. You can use it on a 1v1, but it's better used if you are facing a hero and several infantry at the same time. You open up with Retribution, and most likely all your enemies will be dead but the hero. Before the hero gets back up, use Pull Dominance, followed by a Passionate Strike before he gets up again. Lightsaber attack 2 or 3 times until he is dead, and if he is still alive, keep alternating blocks and dodges with lightsaber attacks until he is dead. In both rotations, you can use Heroic Might for the damage reduction and to deal damage back if you know your opponent will hit you, or to regain stamina while being offensive and defensive at the same time. You can also use the ability as a finisher attack or as an opener attack to one of these rotations. Last tip. When using Heroic Might or Retribution, Anakin is locked on an animation. You can use the pointer to look around the 360 degrees to see how many foes will be killed and how many will not be killed. You can also look around for other approaching threats. If you have any more doubts when it comes to lightsaber combat, watch my Lightsaber 101 guide, which teaches everything that is common to every lightsaber user. Once we get the lightsaber combat update or rework, I will update this lightsaber guide as well, so you can relax. Hope you guys enjoyed the video and hope it helped you all out. Follow me on Twitch and follow me on Twitter. Join me on Facebook and join me on Discord. The links will be in the description. Don't forget to leave a like, share, comment and subscribe. Tuga signing out, and may the moustache be with you.